Hi, this is Sharon Massey at Stamp Side by Side. I want to welcome you. I am going to do just a really quick video to show you one of the February paper pumpkin alternatives that I came up with. And then you can go to my blog and see several others. What I'm going to do is I've really almost pre-cut and pre-stamped everything. I'm just going to give you what you need, the dimensions and everything. And then it's a simple card, so it'll be easy for you to put together. So this is the card. This is one I'm showing here, and this did come from the stamp set that came with the paper pumpkin, and I loved this stamp set. I'm hoping that's not too much of a glare on there, but the stamp set, it says you are beautiful or wonderful, can do incredible things. So there's some wonderful sayings like that, but then thank you. You're the reason I smile today. Be kinder to yourself and let kindness flood the world. And then all of these other little elements in the big U. And life is tough, but so are you. So this, I thought they just knocked the stamp set out of the park. However, I wasn't a great fan of the photographed material they sent because to me that's too commercial. And I want the cards that I make to be not commercial, but handmade. So this is the one I came up with using the stamp set I just showed you, and I used the You Are Amazing on it. So let me show you what pieces you need. You're going to need a piece of smoky slate. This is 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. So that's your card base. You're going to need a piece of mint macaron that is right here, and it is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. Then this wonderful piece of paper, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but it has this very subtle pattern on it. It's just beautiful. That was actually a card, and this was the front and also the back of the card, and so I cut that up and so that I can get 6 cards from the paper pumpkin with this, and then layered that, and this piece that came with it is 5 by 3 3/4. So those are the layers that you're going to have, that you're going to put together. Then you're also going to need a piece of smoky slate that measures about 3 by 3 to cut this piece out and stamp it. Now this particular die came from this die set, and it is the wonderful floral, and it's got 15 dies in her. Gee, that doesn't seem possible. I miscounted, I'm sure. But I got it primarily for this and for this, but it also have these other beautiful elements that you can cut out. But this is the one that we used. I die cut out that out of a piece of, like I said, a piece of smoky slate that measured about 3 by 3 inches. So that's what that piece is. Then I had a piece of Whisper White that measured about 2.5 and 2.5, and I stamped the cup image on it, and then I colored it with the Stampin' Blends, and I used the light and the dark macaron. I started with the dark, and I put it on the center right here, and then I took my light and I just pulled that out. So wherever I wanted a little bit of shading, I am not an artist. I just wanted there to be a little variation in the color to give it some interest and a little more real. I took the gray and went around the base in here, and then I cut this piece out by hand. Now the one thing I do want to show you is that when you are cutting out this piece, I just get a piece of cardboard that I have gotten with probably something that Stampin' Up mailed me, and I take a craft knife, which I seem to have buried my craft knife. I take my craft knife and I just do a single cut. I don't try to cut the whole thing out with my craft knife. I find I don't do as well that way as this. And then what I do is I just take my paper snips and I go in here where it's cut, and then I can get in to cut it out. Now I'm not going to cut it all the way out. I've already pre-cut one so you can see it, but that gives you the idea, and that makes it a lot easier. And so now it's just a matter of gluing things together to do it. So notice that I stamped the You Are kind of in the upper left quadrant of this little oval, and what you do is you just glue those together. I did use dimensionals both on this. I just glued this. Now the trick to gluing this part is when you flip it, you only want to glue on this portion of it. This part that's sticking off, you really don't want it. And I lined it up where these two leaves kind of framed the R and the E of R, and then placed it down. Now the tags also came from the paper pumpkin. I don't know if you can see this. So this tag, so once it all gets glued down, this tag goes under it. So I'm going to pull over the finished card, the front of it. So this is what it looks like. These little gems were clear, and they came in the paper pumpkin, and I just took my dark Stampin' Blends and I just colored them before I put them on. So they have, in real life, I don't know if it'll pick it up in the camera, but it has the green that just perfectly matches this paper, which is really nice. On the inside, I use Strong and Beautiful. I have so many women in my life that I love that are strong and beautiful, and this was just such a beautiful set. And I made this card particularly for one of my friends. She's older, she's 84 years old. She lives by herself. She has lost an eye and is deaf in one ear, and has now found out that she has breast cancer, and she just got through having surgery. She is the most amazing person. In 3 weeks, she's up changing laundry, washing laundry, doing yard work. It is amazing. So I just had to make a card for her. Her faith in God is so strong. When she found out she had it, the doctor said, "Why aren't you upset?" And she said, "Well, because it's in God's hands." And I so much want to have that kind of faith. So I made this card for her, and it's "You Are Amazing." And when you open it up, I used the this particular one, "You Are Like a Diamond, Resilient, Strong, and Beautiful." Stamp that onto a piece. Notice that I did stamp the cup down in the bottom right-hand corner, and again colored it the same way I did. This stamp set that says, "When I pray, you answer me. You encourage me by giving me the strength I need." That's Psalms 138:3. Stampin' Up! Doesn't have a lot of scripture, and I really like to put scripture in mine because I find it so uplifting and encouraging. And I got this from Divinity Designs. So that's my card. It's really simple. And you can go to my blog, and I have made other alternatives that I will post on that blog. I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope you are strong and resilient, just like my friend. Bye-bye.